Consider the following formula. Which of the following statements is true for this formula? The best way to find our true statement here is to find the relationship between A and B by graphing it. But before we graph, we're going to need to figure out how to label our axes. Normally the x-axis is our cause that affects our y-axis. So if we look at the language in our answer choices, we can see which variable is a cause and which variable is an effect. In this case, A is the cause that affects B. If A is something, then B is something. So we can label our x-axis as A and our y-axis as B. And now we can find our two intercepts to graph this equation. Let's start with our x-intercept, where y equals 0, or in this case, where b equals 0. Then we can rewrite our function, 2a equals 6 minus b over 3. Then we plug in 0 for b. 2a equals 6 minus 0 over 3. 0 divided by 3 is just going to give us 0. So 6, so this will just kind of cancel itself out, and we'll just have 6 left over on the right-hand side. Then 2 is being multiplied to a, so the opposite operation would be dividing both sides by 2. These will cancel, leaving us with a equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And that makes our first intercept the coordinate 3, 0. Then, when we find our y-intercept, we will need x to equal 0, or a to equal 0. So we rewrite our function, 2a equals 6 minus b over 3. Then we plug in 0 for a. 2 times 0 equals 6 minus b over 3. 2 times 0 will just give us 0 equals 6 minus b over 3. Then we'll need to add b over 3 to both sides. Add b over 3, add b over 3. b over 3 plus 0 will just give us b over 3 equals, these will cancel, leaving us with 6 on the right-hand side. b is being divided by 3, so the opposite is multiplication to both sides. These 3's will cancel, leaving us with b equals 6 times 3 is 18, giving us the other coordinate point of 0, 18. Here I have plotted our two intercepts. One at 3, 0, so I went up 0 to the right by 3. And just so you know, each of these units I am marking as 3. So we're counting by 3 each unit. Then for our y-intercept, we went to the right 0, and we went up 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 for 0, 18. Now we can analyze this graph to figure out which of our answer choices is correct. If we focus on the x-intercept, we can see that everything less than this x-intercept has positive y values or positive b values. So we can say when a is less than 3, b is always positive. On the other side, all the values that are greater than a equals 3 have negative b values or below the x-axis. So we have when a is greater than 3, b is negative. And this will help us find our correct answer. So now let's take a look. Answer choice A says if a is less than 3, b is positive. Well, that perfectly matches the first statement we wrote, right? When a is less than 3, all of our b values are positive. So that is very likely our correct answer. But let's go through our other answers just to make sure. B says if a is less than 1, 1 would be right about here. B is negative. Well, we already said that all of the values less than 3 are going to be positive. So that means if we start here on the graph, if we start where a equals 1, we're still going to have all positive b values, not negative, so it's not B. C says if a is greater than 1, b is positive. Let's say we start here. That's somewhat true. Greater than would be to the right, and all of these values are positive, but once we cross that a equals 3, all of the v values then turn negative, making C incorrect. Then for answer choice D, if a is greater than 1, b is negative. Again, that's partially correct, because some of these values are positive, right, until we reach a equals 3, and then b becomes negative. But it started positive, it wasn't negative the whole time, so that means D is incorrect and A is our only correct option.